Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. I'm here because I need another box for a swap that I'm in. We did this box for the pocket letter. We did this box that had something. Oh no, I did this box for a different project I was working on, but this one ended up being too small. So I just used it for this. And now I want to make a bigger box for this little gift pack here. So one of the requirements was to have like a self-care type gift pack. And so the Dollar Tree, hold on, I'm gonna make this a little bit smaller, or whatever, zoom. The Dollar Tree had some really cool stuff. They had these little nail files. Look at how cute this is. I saw this on Sharing Moore, who's Ebony Moore. She showed this on her channel. So she is an enabler. She finds the coolest stuff you've ever seen in your life. And so definitely check her out, Sharing More. But she found these at Dollar Tree first, and they're makeup sponges. But it's the box that has the decorations on it, so I didn't want to take them out of the box. And then I found these little puffies. They're like makeup remover pads, and I don't know if my partner wears makeup or not, but these are nice, like, for anything really. Actually, I would probably use this as like a glue towel here in my craft room. And then I have these, and I love these. If you don't have these, go to your Dollar Tree and get them. They're hot and cold eye pads, and these work perfect for, like, if you have allergies or sinus issues. I get sinus migraines, which it wraps around my eyes, and I mix between. I have one pair that I put in the freezer and one pair that I heat up, and oh my gosh, I love them for $1.25, guys, plus tax if you live in a tax state. And then I figured I would throw in these Ghirardelli box, only because it makes it so my boxes are rectangle, and then, you know, if not, then you have all this empty space, and then what do you put in there? So I just kind of put that. So I already know just by looking at this that this box is going to need my 12 by 12 paper. And I don't think I've made a box for you guys out of 12 by 12 paper. So here we go. I know I'm going to have to use a lidded box. So we need to use my yellow book, which is the little lidded box template. My series of 3. So I'm going to use the yellow one. All right, so you take out your yellow book, and we're just going to go ahead and measure. My longest item is the makeup sponges, which you can use these for anything in your craft room, you know, for makeup. I don't wear makeup at all, so I don't really know what they're for, but I would use them to sponge in my craft room, I'll tell you that. So I'm going to call this 8 inches. So you find a clean page. So it's going to be it's going to be 8 inches long, and I like to put my length as the second number. So now I need to measure across. So if I have these things together, 7. Yeah, I'm going to go by 7. So my left to right is 7 by 8 by, now let's see how thick these two, because these are my stack. This is my tallest stack, so just measure these two together, and we are looking at what? We're looking at it exactly 1.25 inches. That should be fine. Okay, so 7 by 8 by 1.25 inches. Okay, by 1.25 inches. Okay, what just fell? All right, so we know our depth is 1.25 inches, so I need all 4 sides to be 1.25 inches, like so. Okay, now I need my left to right, which is 7, my up and down, which is 8, and then we already know we're going to score on all 4 sides at that 1.25 inches. Okay, so let's go ahead and math this out. I'm going to get my pink and green marker again. We're going to do left to right. So your left to right measurements you need to worry about are the left side, your left to right arrow, and your right side. So 7, 8, 9.5 by, now we need to do our up and down. Okay, the numbers you're worrying about, the top, the up and down, and the bottom. Okay, so 8, 9, 10.5. Okay, that's it. So we have 9.5 by 10.5. All right, so I grabbed my Kathy Orta King paper phenomenon, and what did I do with it? Oh, okay. I was like, I know I was ready. So you're gonna need at least 2 pages for that, and I'm gonna do just I'm gonna think which lid style I'm gonna do. So right now I'm just gonna do the bottom because I don't think I've ever made a box this big. So I'm gonna find out. All right, so let's cut this down to 9.5 by 10.5. And yes, this paper is thinner. This is about, it says it's 80 pound, but I don't think so. It feels to me more like 65 pound weight. I could be wrong, but that's just what it feels like to me. So you don't want anything super heavy in this box, okay, unless you reinforce it or double it up. All right, so 9.5 by 10.5, and I'm going to score it at 1 1/4 on all 4 sides. Okay. So 1 1/4, rotate, 1 1/4, rotate, 1 1/4, rotate, 1 1/4. Alright, so we're going to go ahead and build our tray before I decide what lid I want. Alright, so let's take our scissors, and on the long side I'm going to cut up the score line. Hold on, let me, excuse my arm. Here we go. It's raining outside, so there's really no light in here. Alright, so we're going to cut up the score line. We are going to miter and miter. And we're going to go ahead and cut the bulk. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing. We're going to cut up the score line. We are going to miter. We're going to miter. And we're going to cut the bulk. Okay, so whatever you did to the bottom, you need to do to the top. I don't know why I start on the right hand instead of the first score line. People ask me that all the time. I don't know. It's just habit, I guess. That's my answer. Alright, so miter, miter, cut the bulk, and do the same thing. Cut the score line, miter, I did not do a good job. There we go, I fixed it. Miter, and cut the bulk. Alright, let's move this out the way. And now you're just going to varnish your paper, which is just creasing, reinforcing your score line, really. I'm going to move the book, and I'm going to move this marker. Move my scissors. And I lost my bone folder. Okay, here we go. So just crease your lines. Super crease. Man, my stomach is growling. In case y'all needed to know that information. Alright, here we go. And one more little line. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and get my glue out and glue my corners. And as always, if you watch my videos, I say the same thing. When you're cutting the tabs for your box, it honestly doesn't matter if you start on the long side or if you cut them on the short side. I just start on the long side for the bottom tray. That's how I keep things organized in my brain, because I got a lot going on in there. Alright, here we go. And line up your corners for the try. And line up, and I stuck my thumb right in that glue. Where's my glue towel? Here it is. Alright, here we go. Okay. Just gonna I like to mush my box back in. Alright, so, excuse me. I could have an acetate lid on here too, but I don't know. Oh wait, that goes like that, and then I had this go this way. Okay, so perfect. I think that I'm just going to do a regular lid on there. That'll give me more stability on my sides, I think. Okay, so for the lid, I'm going to use the same measurements, but I'm just going to move my paper a tick mark over to make it slightly bigger. So let's go ahead and get our paper trimmer. Let's get our paper. Let me move my box so I have more room. And where is the book? Here we go. So my measurements were 9.5 by 10.5. So I'm going to do 9.5 and 1/16 of an inch. So here's my 9.5, and I'm going to move it over to that tiny little tick mark. So just a tiny bit, not an eighth, less than an eighth. I just want it smidge bit. Just a smidgy bit. And then by 10.5 and that 16th. And actually sometimes I don't even do the full 16th. Sometimes I just do just smidgen bit. If you have the Martha Stewart, the old Martha Stewart scoreboard, she actually has a tick mark on there where you start your paper, and then you pull it over from there, so you know what a smidgy bit is. All right, but we still need a paper trimmer or a scoreboard, and we're gonna score it at still the same measurement, 1 1/4 on all 4 sides, because I'm having my sides go all the way down to the bottom. All right, so 1 1/4, and rotate, and then 1 1/4, rotate, and 1 1/4. My mom's downstairs baking a cake that smells so good, and it's not for us, so I'm annoyed. All right, you can varnish now or later. Doesn't matter. I just kind of show y'all both ways. I typically do my paper creasing after I cut, but you can do it either time. It really does not matter, just as long as it gets done. Okay, so for my lids, I like to go on the short side, and it's just the same process. You're gonna, oh, look at me starting on the left. You're gonna cut up the score line, miter and miter. Yep, this is the lid. So for lids, I start on the short side and I start on the left. I don't know why I do half the things I do, to be honest. Cut up, miter, miter, bulk, if you so choose to. Okay, whatever you do on the bottom, you do on the top, and vice versa. score line, miter, miter, bulk, score line, miter. Ooh, that might have been, oh no, we're fine. I cut a huge chunk. That's insane. That's okay. And bulk. Okay. And reinforce my folds. And glue. And I need to find my Amazon glue bottles because they don't clog as easy as this one does, because I always forget to put the pin back in here, or I leave the tops off. And the Amazon bottles I was using, you could do that and they don't clog as much. But I have no idea where I put those. Alright. And I have no idea where I put my Barely Art refill. My bear. No idea where I put it. I'm sure I'll find it when I'm unpacking. I'm just hoping I didn't leave it in Bahrain. Alright, so here we go, and here we go. You can always mat the inside of your box if you want to. If you have like a whole theme, you can do that. This box is very, very flimsy. So what I'm going to do to kind of give it some more stability, I'm going to mat it with cardstock. So I'm going to take this Flirty Flamingo from Stampin' Up, and I'm going to cut it to, oh wait, this is the lid. The lid I should be fine with. I forgot I was doing the lid. So the lid should be fine, but you can reinforce the lid as well. But your lid will have stuff on the top, so you don't really have to worry about it. But I may want to reinforce my bottom. Alright, so the lid is done once you do your tabs. The first time you put your lid on, just, you know, gently put it on. But once your glue is completely dry, you don't have to be gentle anymore. See how gentle I am with this? See how I'm not getting this in here? What the heck? Oh. It's okay. I got it. So I think I mismeasured my lid, but look, I forced it. It's fine. It is fine. It's perfect. Alright. So now I think I'm going to go ahead and I am going to mat the inside of my box, and I'm going to mat the top of my box as well, because I want to give it some extra stability, because this paper is a little thin for a box for my comfortability level right now. Oh, I see what I did on my lid. Gosh darn it. Why it's not working right. I did not line up my... Look what I did. I did not line up my tab correctly. I pulled it too far over. Let me see if I can get this. Oh good, my glue wasn't dry all the way. I made my lid too tight by doing that. So all I did was undo my tab. Now I'm going to make sure I line that up. It was just a little bit too tight on that one corner, and it's because I went over the seam. I don't even know how I managed that, but whatever. Okay. Oh no. Alright, so now that was the problem. Let me check the other ones. I don't even know how I managed that. Okay, I'm going to let that dry. But I am going to go ahead and mat the bottom. I'm not going to worry about the sides because my lid will give that extra stability on the sides. But we need to make this... what? Where's the ruler? I have like 5 rulers and I can never find them when I need them. So 7 by 8. So I'm going to do 6 and an 8 by 8 and 8. 6 and 6/8. Wait, stop, Tiffany. 6 and 7/8. 6 and 7/8 by 7 and 7/8. Whoa, that was intense. Okay, and because my blade needs to be changed, I didn't find my blades, that's why I haven't changed it. But because it, see that raggedy, guys, don't leave that raggedy. It only takes a second to cut it off. I've seen so many swaps that have that, and if I see it, I will cut it off if I'm hosting a swap. But don't leave raggedy on there. Just take the time to change your blade, or if you don't have any replacement blades, take the time to cut that off. Okay, thanks. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and glue this down. Why did that look weird? Right. There we go. Now this will make me feel better that my bottom tray is strong. Okay. And I started doing more matting on video because some people asked me for it. So if you like the matting, you can obviously continue watching, but if you don't like the matting, the tutorial for the box is done. So yeah, just catering to my peeps. I don't know, I cut this weird. Okay, whatever. Or I mean, I laid it down weird, but whatever, it's fine. All right, let's go ahead and put our items back in. So we have that, and we have that needs to go on top there. These two items come here, and our little snack there. And you can add your shreddies or tissue paper or whatever. I think I'm going to put just a little bit, not too much. I don't like a lot of shred. Some people love shred. I don't like a lot of shred. But you know what? I have these little diamonds right here. I can't even. I mean, where are the rest of the diamonds? I had a whole handful. Oh my gosh, they're spread all over my desk. Okay. I was gonna throw these little diamonds in here that I have, but I only have like 4. I don't know where the other ones went, so I'll hold off on that. Little shreddy, and then let's go ahead and put our lid. Now it should, oh wait, I am gonna do the finger pulls. So that's just where you take any circle you have. I'm using 3/4 inch circle. Try to center it as best as you can. Semicircle. Try to match it up as best as you can. Semicircle. And it just makes it easier to open and close, well, open your box anyway. Alright, so what is that? Why is it acting up? I think because my the makeup things are exactly the 8 inches. I think that's what's giving it a little hiccup, but that's okay. Alright, I know that, look, I can hold it by the, put my thumbs in the finger pulls, and this ain't going nowhere because it's nice and snug. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and mat the top. I'm going to use that same Flirty Flamingo cardstock, and then the paper collection I have is Love Wild from Photoplay. It's an old one, but I never saw it before, but I got it free as the freebie of my order, and so I decided to use it. Alright, so I know my lid is a little bit bigger. I'm going to cut my paper 6 by 7. No, I'm not. 7 by 8. This is why you always measure twice, cut once. Alright, so this is exactly 8. Okay, so I'm going to do 7 and 7/8 by 6 and 7/8. What did I say? 7 and 7/8 by 6 and 7/8. I do not know why I am having a problem with measurements today. So my paper is 7 by 8, my boxes, and so I'm just going 1/8 of an inch smaller so I can have a little bit of a border. Okay, so I'll cut this off. So you guys can see, like, it doesn't take that long to make the box, and the majority of my time is spent on matting. I am not the best at matting. I mean, I make gorgeous stuff, don't get me wrong. It takes me a little while to get there. The construction part, 10-15 minutes, I'm good to go. The matting and decorating, I'm never good to go. Alright, so that's the border that I like. See how nice that little border is? It's like 1/8 of an inch border. And then I'm going to decorate it with one of the papers from the collection and maybe a cut apart, or I have this little shaker that I made for the pocket letter, but then I didn't like the pocket letter how it was going, and I'm not gonna lie, I got mad at it and I threw it on the floor. So then I went with a whole different vision than what I originally went with because I had a tantrum. So, and you know what? That's okay because I'm being kind to myself. Yes, I'm gonna say that 9,000 times on these videos for 2024. Just beware. Alright, because that was the biggest thing in 2023 that I saw, you know, that I heard, and people were like, oh, well, I hate the way that I do this, or I spend too much time trying to be a perfectionist, or, you know, this and this. Be kind to yourself. So here's the little shaker thing that I made. So I'm going to see if I can find a paper to match that. But it's going to take me a minute to pick that out, so let me pick that out. Okay, it actually didn't take me that time. I decided to go with the first thing that I picked out, and it fits. So that worked out perfectly. Alright, so I'm going to cut this at... I'm going to cut it at 6 3/4 by 7 3/4. No, I do not type in the sizes for matting because everyone likes to do their matting differently, and it's just an extra step that I don't want to do. That's the real reason. So there we go. So now I have this nice little border around there. And I'm going to go ahead and glue that on. The reason why I didn't like the little raccoon in my shaker, well, I like the raccoon, but I didn't like my shaker was because I put the frame on the wrong side on the back, and you can see the pencil marks, and no matter how many different erasers I used, I could not get the pencil marks off. So, and then it was the different thing on the back, and it annoyed me. So you can see you can still see a faint pencil mark, and I wanted the hearts on the back as well, and I didn't do that, and I got irritated and I threw it. So there we go. Alright, so I'm going to have that, and then maybe a sticker. Let's see. Maybe. I'm going to put this down before I change my mind. Because once something's down, I'm good. Like, I'm just not going to take the time to pull it back up. Alright, I'm going to put this down with some foam tape squares. I'm turning them into rectangles. Okay. And I use a crazy amount of adhesive when I do projects, so you use as much or as little as you want. I feel like I need a little bit more. All right, here we go. All right, so I'm going to put him right in the middle of this box, and then I'm going to add some stuff to it, and we're going to see what I come up with. Okay, that's what I went with. So super cute. I might add a ribbon under that if I can find one that I actually like, or I might just leave it clean and simple like this. So anyway, all right guys, thanks for watching. Bye.